So we're going to be discussing how many combatives should I throw. So this is going to be whether you're in training or maybe you're doing an assignment or a test. And we're even going to talk about in a real life situation as well. So, Krav Maga is known as when they say martial arts, it's heavy on the martial, light on the arts. Well, really the arts is coming up from how creative you can get with your combatives. So, we talk about how many tools do you have in your toolbox, and we teach these different combatives and really piecing things together, but it's how do I do this? What am I doing here? How many should I throw when I'm training? So what really I like to tell people is to first off mix up going high and going low. Because the pain that we're receiving from those combatives, our body's going to respond by wanting to cover up or sending our hands there. So if I'm punching someone in the face or palm striking or hammer fist or elbowing, whatever it is, they're going to eventually cover, which is going to open up the lower part of the body, and that's where we mix it up. Or vice versa. If I was striking to the groin first, we're going to get a reaction of hands dropping or something. If I caught a good kick there or a good knee, then it's going to open up the face, and we want to mix it up. So in training, we want to make sure that we are throwing anywhere from 4 to 6 combatives is what I like to tell people. Now of course we want to throw aggressive and violent and really hit and have control, all those things that we discuss all the time. But when we're building that habit of getting control and striking multiple times, that's going to be very beneficial for us. So if you look at the normal kickboxing combo, it's going to have anywhere from 2 to 3 punches, sometimes 4, and then they'll end with a kick or knee. So we want to do something that's very similar to that and follow that up. So what we want to do is make sure that when we come in, we're getting that control, we're striking, we're hitting high, mixing it up, hitting low, and going from there. And like I said, high, low is so important to train our bodies to do that. Now, we can also train when we're throwing our combatives to only throw hands, because sometimes the floor that we're on or the outside grass, we're on pebbles, something like that, it may be dangerous to just try to do that because you'll slip and fall and end up in a worse position. Or sometimes, you're only throwing legs because there's, you broke your hand and there's an injury or you have something and you got to throw your legs as well. So we definitely want to mix that up, but we really want to start doing that and throwing multiple combatives and really overwhelming the opponent as much as we can. Now, that's in training. All right, so even when we do our assignment and testing, like our training should mirror image when we go on to the testing and really do that. But of course, we want to see you guys as you're doing this, and this is just a tip to help you out. Really show us a variety of what you know. Mix it up. Like, of course, we're going to have just our groove that we go into to where we grab, we control, do a crossface, we do a couple punches, clinch, knees, something like that. And that's just kind of what your bread and butter is. But we need to sometimes mix it up. Instead of always throwing punches, throw hammer fists, throw palm strikes, throw elbows, and practice that and train that, because it's going to be one of those things to where maybe you hurt your hand in the fight and in a real life situation, and you got to adapt and be able to throw something else. So that's why it's good to do it in training and really mix it up. But the other thing that I really want you guys to understand too is, it's great to talk about what we do in training and then during testing and stuff, but the real thing is, what do we do in a real life situation? Because that's what this is all about. We're learning self-defense to, God forbid it ever happens, but if we do get attacked, we need to be able to have that answer. So really, when we talk about that, there is no right number. I want to keep throwing until that person is no longer a threat and I can get to safety. It could be one punch. If I cover and turn on a choke and I go boom and I knock them out, I don't have to follow up with them, because then you're going to start, going a little bit past the lines, and you're no longer that reasonable person law that we've discussed, and that can get a little tricky there. So that could very well be it. Or it could be the fight for my life, and I'm having to throw hundreds of combatives in order to get to safety, and take a brick and smash it over their head, and keep doing stuff until they're no longer a threat. So when it comes to real life situations like that, that's something that we need to understand, that we keep going. Now, can that reflect in our training? Absolutely. So sometimes maybe you just throw one and bam, you're done. But then sometimes, you're throwing that flurry and control, and it's good. We do those different drills to where we go up and down and flip over and all those things because we try to simulate the fight. And that's something that you guys really, really need to do is as you guys are training, do that as well. Now, of course, during the test or the assignments that you guys are turning in, we don't want to sit there and watch you throw 100 combatives on one technique, but we want to make sure that you can mix it up and throw different things and understand the concepts of going high, going low, or vice versa, and mixing up our target areas. So really, when it comes down to it, 4 to 6 is a great number in training, but in a real life situation, understand I got to do what I got to do. And getting creative with your strikes is super important to understand that too, because improvised weapons, if I can get those, that's just going to turn my combatives a whole nother thing. Or if you guys do the ultimate bow program and you learn a lot of those different strikes and finding a weapon, that's going to be very beneficial too. So just understand that. And training 4 to 6 in real life, do what you got to do. Keep throwing the combatives and definitely mix it up, like I said, because in a fight, people are going to cover. They're going to try to throw back. So understanding how to move around and get those angles is super, super important. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it helps out with your guys' training. You guys can start taking this idea and adding to your guys' thing, your training. Other than that, guys, take care. Be safe.